Now we are discuss about the half life of any nucleus. Okay, so what is the half life first? So it is the time in which the half of the total nuclei in a sample will decay. So if you have a total 1000 nuclei, so how much time required to decay the 500 nuclei, means half nuclei. This time is called a half life. Okay, and the second definition is what? The time elapsed before the half of the active nuclei is decayed. Okay, so half nuclei is decayed, that time is called a half life. Generally half life is denotes like a T1 half. So that is a symbolic form of half life. Half life is denoted by T1 half. And if you have total n0 nuclei, then how much time is required to decay the n0 by 2 nuclei? This is called a half life. Let's we derive this equation. So if at t is equal to 0, if you have a n is equal to how much? N0. Consider initially you have how many nucleus? N0. Consider, suppose. Then when this n is becomes n0 by 2, half, initial nuclei is how much total? N0. So if this nuclei becomes half, then this time, how much time is required? This time is called T1 half. This time is called a T1 half. Let's derive the equation of T1 half. So simple one, use the radioactivity law equation. So what is radioactivity law? Radioactivity law. So law is very simple. N is equal to N0 e raised to minus lambda t. What is the equation of this one? N is equal to N0 e raised to minus lambda t. So put both this value here, so we get this answer. So if n is becomes N0 by 2 half, then time is equal to what? T1 half. So let's consider N0 by 2 is equal to N0 e raised to minus lambda. T is equal to what? T1 half. Okay, now some terms is cancelled out, so n0 cancel out. So you compare this both one. So what is your answer? So 2 is equal to e raised to lambda into T1 half. So if you eliminate this e from the right hand side, then here you take the log 1 both side. So answer is what? ln2 is equal to lambda into T1 half. Now take a T1 half is the head of this equation. So T1 half is equal to ln2 upon lambda. T1 half is equal to ln2 upon lambda. ln2 is a 0.693 upon lambda. So this is the another equation. First equation ln2 upon lambda. Sometimes we use directly value of ln2. What is value of ln2? ln2 is equal to 0.693 upon lambda. So this is a half life of any substances. This is the half life of any radioactive substances. Any radioactive substances. Okay, now you consider this equation, or you see this equation, 0.693 upon lambda. Now 0.693 is a constant, lambda is also decay constant. So for given substance half life is constant, half life does not change for the given substance. So that is a quite important note, and all of you guys must be note this. For given radioactive substance, T1 half is equal to what? Constant. So first constant is what? Lambda, and second constant for the given radioactive substance is what? T1 half. This both are constant for a given substance. If you change the substance, then T1 half is the change, otherwise not. Okay, now if you consider this situation, then you just understand when the nucleus becomes half, then we draw this graph. Then graph is like this. See, suppose that you have a n0 nuclei initially, so it is becomes n0 by 2, it is becomes half of this n0 by 4, it is becomes n0 by 8, it is becomes n0 by 16, half. So here the time is equal to what? T0. The first one is what? Time is equal to 0. Now first time it is becomes half. This is called 1 half life. This is the 1 half life. Now second time it is becomes half. That is the 2 half life. Third time it is becomes half. That is the 3 half life. 3 half life. If it is 4 time becomes half, that is the 4 half life. So you can count and so on and so on. Okay, so you can see sometimes the directly given data is like this. If initial nuclei becomes n0 by 4, then how much half life is required? 2 into t1 half. If it directly becomes n0 by 16, how many half lives are required for t1 half? So you must be remember this one also. That is quite a important thing we have to note here. Let's see, we draw the graph of this one. So if you consider that is the n on this side and here is the time is this one. Okay, you just understand this graph. So when t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0, number of nuclei is maximum. How many is this one? N. Now what is the equation relation between n and t? Relation between n and t is like this. See, n is equal to n0 e raised to minus lambda t. So this is the exponential function. So graph between n and t, that is what? Exponential. So this graph follows the exponential path. So initially t is equal to 0. Number of nuclei is how much? N0. When the t is equal to 1 t1 half, then what is the number of nuclei? Half. So somewhere here half is, that is the n0 by 2. Then how much time is required? So this is t1 half. Okay, so and again n0 by 4. So somewhere here, that is n0 by 4. How much time is required? So how many times t1 half? 2 times. So that is 2 t1 half. Now number of nuclei becomes n0 by 8. So here consider n0 by 8. Then how many times is required? How much time is required? So this is the how many half life? Half life is 3. So that is the 3 half life. Now again nuclei becomes half of this n0 by 16. So that is n0 and so on. Okay, and how many half life is required? So 4 half lives are required. So 4 half lives are required like this. So if you draw the graph, so this graph is starts from here and then after this graph follows this one. Second point, third point, fourth point, and the fifth point. So you join this all this point, you just get the graph between n and t, and this is the relation of half life. See, you must be understand it properly. Okay, if 1 half life, half nuclei, 2 half life, 4th quadrant nuclei, 3 half life, 8 times, 4 half life, 16 times, 5 half life, 32 times, and approximately in a 5 half life, this number of total out of total nuclei, the more than 95% nuclei are already decayed. Okay, so this is quite important thing you must be note here. And from this relation, what is the lambda? Okay, so let's we derive the new law of this radioactivity, other form of radioactivity law. So now radioactivity law. What is the radioactivity law actually? N is equal to n0 e raised to minus lambda t. This is the original form. So let's we derive some particular form. Take a log on both sides. So log n upon n0 is equal to minus lambda into t, like this. Okay, we take a log on both sides. Actually, before this step, we actually derive this one. Now, what is the lambda in this equation? So, use this equation number 1. So, put lambda is equal to what? ln2 upon t 1/2. Lambda is equal to what from this equation? So, from equation 1, lambda is equal to ln2 upon t 1/2. So, this equation is becomes like this. ln n upon n0 is equal to minus, and put here, this is ln2 upon t 1/2 into t from equation number 1. Okay, now we just take some simplification here. So we finally we get this answer. ln n upon n0, ln n upon n0 is equal to minus t upon t 1/2 into ln2. Now consider this is equal to n. This is equal to what? N. So this equation is equal to minus n into ln2. So n is equal to what actually? So n is equal to t upon t 1/2. This is another form. Now, as we know, if anything is in a multiplication with log, then this is comes into the power of this one. So finally we get this answer. ln n upon n0 is equal to this m minus n is comes in the power of 2. So ln 2 raised to minus 1. So this both are equal. So we can say that this is also equal. N upon n0 is equal to 2 raised to minus n. This minus n is comes into denominator. This minus power is becomes plus, and this n0 is in denominator. Now it is comes into the multiplication with this one. So finally you get this answer. N is equal to n0 upon 2 raised to n. So this is the another form of radioactivity law. This is the another form of radioactivity law. Here what is n? So here n is equal to t upon t 1/2. Now this equation is also used for in terms of activity, in terms of mass. So in terms of activity, this equation is written like this also. N is replaced by r, n0 is replaced by r0 upon 2 raised to n. Or in terms of mass, m is equal to m0 upon 2 raised to n. As we derive this relation, okay, in terms of n, activity and mass, number of nucleus, activity and mass. So these three new form of this equation. So all of you must be remember this law, this equation to solve out the different problems. So right now you have a total 6 equation. N is equal to n0 e raised to minus lambda t, r is equal to r0 e raised to minus lambda t, m is equal to m0 into e raised to minus lambda t. First one. Now the second one, n is equal to n0 upon 2 raised to n, r is equal to r0 upon 2 raised to n, and m is equal to m0 upon 2 raised to n. So you remember this all the 6 equation, and this half life is equal to ln upon 2 is equal to 0.693 upon lambda. So you remember all this equation to solve out this problem. Now pause your screen and note down this all those things. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the mean life or average life of any radioactive substances. Okay, generally this is denoted by tau or tau average. There is a two symbols which is used, but we are using this symbol tau because it is given in our textbook. So mean life or average life, what is this mean life? The time elapsed before the initial nuclei decreased to e times is called a average life or mean life. Okay, means what? When if initial at t is equal to 0, you have a n is equal to n0 nuclei. Now this nuclei becomes decreased to e times. You must be note it is decreased to e times. It means when n is becomes n0 by e, so some time must be required for it. This time is what? Half life. But let we discuss, sorry, average life. Let's discuss about this average life. So if you consider radioactivity, so radioactivity is a completely random process. What is the meaning of random process? See, radioactivity is a random process. Suppose you consider this is the radioactive substance. So here number of nuclei are present. Suppose 1000 nuclei are present here. You consider these are the radioactive nucleus. All are radioactive nucleus. This all are not disintegrate at a time. So this is disintegrate one by one. So which one is disintegrate first or last? It is just a chance of matter. Okay, if any nucleus having a chance, then it is disintegrate. So some nuclei which is disintegrate initially. Okay, so some nucleus decay initially. So if any nucleus decay initially, then its life is very short. If life is very short, then if anyone is disintegrate initially, then we can say that its life is short life. Okay, so short life. And some nuclei is decayed the last, because all are not decayed at a time. So one by one it is decayed. So some one are decayed initially and some one are decayed at the last. So some nucleus decayed at last. So this last decayed nucleus having a long life. Okay, so some of having a short life, some of having a long life. So this one having a long life. So what is the average life? Average life means what? This total life of this all nuclei. Okay, sum of this all life of nuclei and thus divide by this total number of nucleus. Let's consider total number of nucleus initially is N0. Okay, consider N0 is equal to what? Total number of nucleus at initially. Then average life is given as like this. So average life is what? Average of this all lives. Average life is what? Average of all lives. So tau is equal to average of all lives of radioactive nucleus. Like you are getting a percentage is what? Average of your marks. Similarly, this is the average of all lives of radioactive substances. So tau is given as sum of all lives upon total number of nuclei, total number of nucleus, like this. So total sum upon total number of nucleus. What is total sum? So total sum is given as like this. It is equal to lambda n0 integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus lambda t dt. And what is total number of nuclei? Total number of nuclei is n0 divided by n0. So sum of all lives is given like this. Okay, so some data are cancelled out here. So n0 and n0 cancel out here. So our answer is what? Lambda integration e raised to minus lambda t into dt. So finally we get this answer from here. So tau is equal to lambda into integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus lambda t dt. After simplification of this integration, finally you get this answer. So tau is equal to 1 upon lambda. Finally you get this answer. Okay, tau is equal to 1. This integration we are not simplify this relation. Okay, we directly write down this answer. Tau is equal to 1 upon lambda. So this is the equation of average life. Okay, and this way we have to get this. So this is the sum of all life, and by the some simplification finally you get this answer. Tau is equal to 1 upon lambda. Now what is the relation? See, what is the relation between tau and tau 1/2? Means the relation between average life and half life. relation between average life and half life. So simply we just consider, you replace this lambda in the equation of tau 1/2. So what is tau 1/2 here? So t 1/2 is equal to ln 2 upon lambda. So eliminate this lambda into this equation. So average relation between this is given as tau is equal to 1 upon lambda is equal to what? ln 2 upon t 1/2, ln 2 upon t 1/2. So this denominator is comes to the numerator. So tau is equal to t 1/2 upon ln 2. So this one is a relation between tau and t 1/2. Okay, now again one thing is must be note here, this t is equal, tau is equal to 1 upon lambda. 1 is constant, lambda is constant. So this is another parameter which is constant in a radioactive decay. So how many parameter here constant is? First one is lambda, second one is half life, and third one is the average life. Okay, so these three parameters are constant for the given radioactive substance, constant for given radioactive substance. If you change the radioactive substance, then this average life is also changed. Now here I am giving this definition also. It is the time to decrease the E times. Okay, so t is equal to n is equal to n0, n by n0 upon E. You must be remember this. Then you can you just draw your graph here, as we draw first one, n versus t. So we already draw this graph in a half life topic. So let's consider this is n0. So this graph is exponential like this. So graph is a exponential like this. So when this much of time is passes, how much time is passes? T is equal to tau. So at some particular place you consider somewhere here, if t is equal to tau, if t is equal to tau, then how much number of nucleus are remaining? How much number of nucleus are remaining? n0 upon E. So this is the n0 upon E nuclei. Okay, so what is the n0 upon E? So you just consider E is equal to 2.718. so total, if you divide this one, then how much nuclei remaining? So n0 upon E. Similarly for tau, t is equal to 2 times. Suppose consider the t is equal to 2 tau, then how many? Actually you just put the value of t is equal to tau, so this much of number of nuclei are remaining, and so on. So when the time is passes, number of nuclei are decreases, and it is becomes, for the one half life, it is how many number of nuclei remaining? So 37%. If you count this value 1 upon E, if you count this value 1 upon E, then you get the 0.37. So you can convert it into percentage. 0.37 multiplied by 100%. So that is a 37. So 37% nucleus are remaining in a substance. It means, what is the meaning of remaining? These are the undecayed. It means 63% of nuclei are decayed. So here in a one average life, 63% of nucleus are decayed. How you get this? You just take n0 upon E. So 1 upon E. E means 2.718. So 1 upon 2.718, you get the answer of 0.37, and you convert it into percentage. So 37%. Okay, so 37% nucleus are remaining in a substances, in a radioactive substances. So if 37 remaining, so what is this decayed? So 63% of nucleus are decayed in a one average life. Similarly, in a half life, 50% of nucleus are decayed. Okay, but in case of this one, 63% of nucleus are decayed and 37% of nucleus are remaining. So all of you guys, pause your screen and note down this all the thing. Okay.